Hey folks, Poverty Point Customs here. Well, this is my '07 Arctic Cat 700 diesel with a Lamborghini motor. What we're going to do today is do an oil and filter change. I'm going to be using AMSOIL 5W40 full synthetic as well. There's my AMSOIL oil filter. Going to need an 8mm hex screwdriver to get the little pins out, as well as an oil filter wrench and an oil drain pan. So you want your oil nice and warm, so you're going to let this run for a few minutes. Once it's warmed up, we're going to take off the seat. There's a lever on the back, pull up on it and lift the seat off. Next, you're going to take off the side cover. It has quite a few of these little pins. You're going to put a screwdriver in there and pop those up. And as you can see, you're going to have 4 there, and at the top there and there. As you can see, when you take off the side cover, there's the original Lamborghini oil filter. Now we're going to be using an AMSOIL. And you can open up the oil fill location. And just looking down, your dipstick's there and your oil fill's right there. Or you can see it a little better looking through the little hole here. Alright, just under the ATV, that's your oil drain right there. So we're going to take that out and drain the oil. So you're going to put your oil pan under. We're going to be using an 8mm hex on a socket to get the oil plug out. To help it drain quicker, you can pull out your dipstick as well your oil fill cap. So while the oil is draining, we're going to remove the oil filter. And just put a little bit of paper towel below it because you are going to get a little bit of oil coming out from the filter. And I actually used another set of oil filter removal tools here. The other one was too big. And you can see how dark this oil is. The last owner said it was freshly serviced. I strongly doubt that. So you're going to make sure there's no gaskets stuck where you remove the old oil filter, and you're going to want to clean around this surface. And we're just going to compare the new AMSOIL filter to make sure it's the same as the factory filter. There's the AMSOIL. I'm just comparing them side to side. They are the same size, but on more important, where it screws on right there, and it looks identical. So before you install your new filter, you're going to want to put some oil around the oil filter gasket. And we're going to install our new oil filter. Alright, so we're going to reinstall the drain plug. So you want to make sure this is nice and clean, as well as where the drain plug's screwing into. And we'll reinstall a new crush washer here. And this is 18 foot-pounds. Alright, so you're going to put your funnel in. And I'm going to put in just under 2 liters. And then we'll check it. And then top it up as necessary. Alright, we're going to check the oil level with the dipstick. And it's just on the lower end, so we're going to put in the full 2 liters. So we're going to reinstall the fill cap, and then we're going to let it run for a minute or so, and then we're going to check it again because it does have to fill the oil filter. And also when you start it and let it run, check for leaks around the oil plug as well as around the oil filter. All right, so I had to add about another 200 mils of oil. And what I always like to do, if I can put the hours, the date, and the kilometers on the machine, I'll try to put it on the oil filter. And I'll do this minimum once a year, even if it has 5 hours. Any more than probably 40 or so, I'll do another one for the small cost it is for an oil change on these. I've also checked for leaks around the oil filter as well as the oil plug underneath. I always recommend too, after an oil change, let them sit for a little bit and double check the oil level. Sometimes it will go up a little bit depending on how quickly you checked it. So I'd like to have it exact. So I'm going to reinstall the side cover. Again, it has those little quick release push pins, and then we'll put the seat on right there. And then the next video is hopefully going to be changing the fuel filter. That's actually coming from Ukraine. They're next to impossible to get, even when you cross-reference them. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do the front and rear differentials and get those all changed, as well as a gear case or transmission service on it. So we're going to change the fluid on that too. And there we go, it's all done. This literally takes 5 minutes to do, and I ordered the oil and the oil filter off of AMSOIL. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you have any questions or comments, make sure you post them below. I try to respond to all of them and read everything. And if you have any tips regarding the Arctic Cat 700 diesel or suggestions for future videos, make sure you post them below. Thanks for watching.